Hello, I'm Toycat and this is Seed Sunday, the weekly series I run on my channel where I show you Seed's Minecraft console edition which are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And this week's Seed is for PlayStation players or 360 players or Wii U players who are kind of sad that there's a new version out and they're confused like, is Minecraft console edition still a thing? And that's why I figured I would show off a Seed which really shows off and highlights the best bits about the, these versions of the game. The fact that they have the limited size worlds, the classic size world, that's not possible in other size versions of the game. The fact that it has much, smaller biomes and therefore higher biome occurrence than other versions of the game, and also the fact that the structures generate so much more often. So today I have the most amazing seed that combines 2 villages, 2 wooden mansions, and 2 desert temples, all in a very close space that really uses about like 1/4, 1/5 of the total world. So even though the world itself is pretty small, the amount of the world you'll want to use is even smaller, which I think really highlights the best thing about this version of the console, and hopefully all of you do agree. So like this if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do want me to do more Seed Sundays on this old console version. Again, I can only keep doing these if you keep wanting me to see them and you keep liking the video, because it's the best way to show your support for the channel and indeed for Seed Sunday on the old console version. So with that said, let's get straight into talking about why this seed is so amazing, because it came in from Jaden Page on Facebook. The seed's going to be on screen right now. If you type in those big lists of numbers, then you'll spawn just over here. So big thank you to Jaden Page for sending this in, because at first I was like, oh yeah, so there's a wooden mansion next to spawn I hear, but it gets even better than just like, oh yeah, you spawn in a village. That's something that wasn't even mentioned. You spawn in a village with a view of a wooden mansion, but it gets way better for reasons we'll get into. But let's start by talking about, spawning in a village is nice. It's not just spawning next to a village. This is the spawn location. So you spawn next to the church, you spawn next to the blacksmith, you spawn next to some carrots. If you like carrots, you can get some easy carrots right there. And yeah, basically I think this is a really great example of a seed just because there's so much to get, including, by the way, some really easy free armor. You can just go in here, grab yourself some iron to make your, maybe adventure to the wooden mansion just that little bit easier, because again, the big thing you're going to want to go to probably is the wooden mansion. It's found just over here, and it's particularly notable, not only because you can just like hop into the second floor from here if you'd like to, like just hop in like that, break 2 windows, and now suddenly you're in the wooden mansion, and you can climb to the 3rd floor as well, get yourself that totem undying ridiculously quickly from spawn, but also because most of the wooden mansion didn't even generate in a roof forest. You can see how like, these corners right here, up to maybe here is, then we've got some birch forest here, we've got like a bit of a ravine going on, like it's it's weird stuff, but the biomes it intersects the most are actually a river, as you can see, giant river just cut off by the wooden mansion, and then also a desert. So we have a desert wooden mansion here, which is kind of surreal to look at. The reason for this, by the way, is because biomes are so small on console, and the reason we can have 2 wooden mansions this close to each other, we can see the other wooden mansion from this wooden mansion in the corner there, if we let it render in, but you can see the wooden, you can see the wooden mansion just over there, like from here, and that's because of the classic size walls, which makes biome, structures like this, which are tens of thousands of blocks apart on the Pocket Edition, they can make them spawn in this quickly, which I think is kind of great. So then we also have ourselves a desert temple, as you can see right here. Desert temple contains random loot based on your platform. In this case, on the version over here, we've got ourselves some gunpowder, some emeralds, we've got some string, and most importantly, we've got a golden apple and the Smite 5 book. Smite 5 is a very important book, and yeah, you get a random enchanted book, as well as a golden apple, which is pretty great for a desert temple right next to your wooden mansion, right next to your village. So I said there was 2 village, temple, wooden mansion things, and that's what I love about this seed. Just over here, going west like 100 blocks, you'll find yourself another wooden mansion, which by the way, hooks up into another desert temple, into another village. So there's 2 sets of both these 3 things, just in case you didn't get lucky the first time, you got better odds this time. And the thing I love about this wooden mansion is it's mostly a swamp mansion, so you can see, mostly generates in the swamp biome, which is really strange. In fact, only the tiniest bit of it is in a roof forest, like this tiny section right here is actually in the roof forest, and also, if I'm not mistaken, the entrance should be too. I mean, it's not really a roof forest, but still, the wooden mansion, oh, it is, as you can see, the tiniest bit of roof forest on 2 sides of it. The rest of it is swamp, savanna, as you can see right here. Little bit of desert again, desert wooden mansion, and then we got ourselves, again, more swamp to make a swamp wooden mansion. That's so nuts to me, and the thing that makes it even crazier is it looks like the mansion generates first, then the swamp generates, so you get weird situations where, like, this lily pad takes up its own little block. So it's like, there's a little block missing over here. Or way more interestingly, we've got the swamp tree right here, which generates in its own little bit and provides a secret way into the wooden mansion. Because bear in mind, you can actually climb up these vines as long as you get like this. You can climb up them because they're like attached to the wall. So you can climb into your, your wooden mansion by just breaking a couple of blocks, just like this, and then you're inside and you can kill your skies, you can get your stuff, and I think that's kind of wonderful. Oh, and look. instant access to a chest with an enchanted golden apple. I generally didn't know that till just now. An enchanted golden apple that you can get that quickly. Again, you could get an enchanted golden apple like 20 seconds from spawning. This might be the world's fastest golden apple, enchanted golden apple, humanly possible. I mean, like, look at that. You could, a minute and like maybe 10 seconds, you could be eating an enchanted golden apple, get that achievement done, which I think is nuts that you can do that on this seed. That is really, really crazy. Also, if you go at the top here, it's not quite as impressive now you got the enchanted golden apple, but guess what? A diamond hoe to do your farming to the next level. You want to do farming on the next level, you need yourself a diamond hoe. So get yourself one from up here, alongside a golden apple, some iron bars, and like 8 bones, because, you know, reasons and stuff. So yeah, that's found up here, in these corners right here, mining from the top, or just, you know, block yourself up from below, because it's one of these weird rooms that's not connected to anything, and that's how you get in here. So yeah, that's it. Hello, Vindicator. With that said, let's break our way out here, and let's move on to the next little thing. So, as you can see, 2 wooden mansions, pretty great by itself. They're both kind of weirdly shaped. This one even has mushrooms on it, because it's in a swamp. But then we've also got ourselves a second desert temple, another random set of loot. So make sure you come here, make sure you get the random loot on PlayStation 4. It does so happen to be, as you can see, some gold. We also have ourselves some emerald. We have ourselves some rotten flesh. Basically, all good stuff. And a diamond, isn't that lovely? And before we leave here, just because, like, you know, I really wanted to do it on the way in, but I removed the press play in time. Let's just activate this, so, like, you know, just in case you don't need loot because you got your enchanted golden apple, here's the other thing you can do with this place that is just as satisfying. So guess what? There you go. Isn't that great fun? Want some TNT? You can come here and you can get some. So yeah, as well as that, we've got ourselves a village over here. This village has a blacksmith chest, which, as you can see, mostly made out of cobblestone again now. Not sure if that's a glitch or an intended secret feature in this update, but as you can see, there is a cobblestone village, and that's a cobblestone blacksmith in the village, which is nice to see. And then also, if we head to the, if we head in any direction, we'll find something interesting. But the most interesting to me is the fact that if you head to the north, you end up in this slightly, you know, weirdly shaped savanna biome, because it goes across so many things. It goes across a river, it goes across a mountain, it goes across a ravine, and you get, if you want to have a weirdly shaped biome to settle down in, this is the one for you. But more importantly, if we go to the far north east of this, we'll find ourselves a you know, mega tiger biome. These things are pretty rare, and they contain some blocks you can't find anywhere else, like the podzol, I believe it is. Is it podzol? It is podzol. So yeah, if you want to find some podzol, you'll find it right here. Those mushrooms you got from the Willow Mansion. But as everyone's favorite block ends up being, everyone's favorite one, it's just found over here, the mushroom biome. This contains mushrooms. It's just a good all-round place to be, basically, and you can find it just over here. I don't know why it's all showing up on the screen, but it's actually kind of handy that you can see a little pro tip of what's going on here. And you also get yourself the little bit of ice on this world. So if you want polar bears, if you want, oh look, there's some polar bears, just as I say that, then you can find them just over here. They changed polar bears in the latest update, so if you want to test out that they're not really, you know, angry at you and peaceful, then you can go here and you can test that. But if you want to just get yourself some extra loot, you want to find yourself some extra cool things, then maybe you want to head here instead. So again, bear in mind that this is a pretty interesting biome because it's a it's a extreme hill biome, which covers a decent amount of area. So it's flattened a lot as a result of that, but it makes it really good for building. If you want a bit of a view, you get a view of that, you get a view of that, you get a view of lots of things, but also you get yourself just under here the stronghold. So the stronghold, always a nice place to go. It's somewhat easy to get to yourself, but if you want to get inside this place, if you go at these coordinates, so 80, 27, 19, you'll find yourself not just one of these chests, because we get an iron nugget, we get a saddle, we get really good stuff, an ingot I should say, but also if we turn on our thingamajig, because I've lost it right now. If we head in this direction right here, as you're going to see, we get 2 more chests. So that's 3 chests for the price of 1. An iron sword, which you probably don't need at this stage in the game, but maybe you do, as well as an ender pearl, as well as 3 apples. So it's really good stuff, in my opinion, and that's something that's found just over here. So yeah, with that said, let's move on back up to the entrance, I guess. So as you can see, really good stuff, but we head out here. So yeah, by the way, this whole place takes place in a really weird cave. So like, there's just, you can hop from bits of the stronghold, 12 bits fit really easily. If you want to, like, you know, kind of, if you really like strongholds and caves, which I honestly quite do, this one makes it a bit easier to explore, because you can just go around the whole place really easily. Oh, and here's the 4th chest, by the way, at these corners right here. Randomly found while I was just kind of proving a point. But if you look around the place, you can find a bunch of just stuff, and it's fun to explore, because the caves let you hop from one bit to another, and that might be your thing. But with that said, let's head out here. But look, it heads into a giant cave with diamonds, presumably. I bet we'll find diamonds like a few seconds from spawning, because again, we're at the layers where we should be able to find diamonds, but you find gold, you found all that sort of stuff, and that means, oh, there we go, found some diamonds. Point proven, by accident. I was worried it wouldn't be proven, but there is some diamonds. There's at least one of them. It might be perfectly one of them, but still, I mean, like, technically I didn't find diamonds, I found diamond, but still, this is the layer where you'll find diamonds, so if you just keep looking, you'll find yourself much more lapis, much more gold, and just all the goodies that you're probably looking for. So let's, was that diamond down there? With that said, let's move out of here, because I could look around for diamonds all day, but you're probably not here to see Toycat look for diamonds in creative. You're probably here instead to see cool things about this seed. So there's two more I'd like to show you. The first of which is because this is an extreme hill biome, or this isn't. That is, it's a, that's how long the cave took me, by the way. You could have a giant underground network with that. But yeah, I also have this little point over here, just because I found an emerald by accident. I figured, you know what, maybe you'd appreciate an emerald coordinate. So here you go down to these coordinates, just over here, one random free emerald. Is that important? Not to me. Maybe it is to you though. So yeah, that's what's found just over here. Then if we go to the southwest of this, then we'll find ourselves a jungle. You might have missed the jungle earlier. It's, you know, it's small in relation to everything else, but this seed has a mushroom biome, it has two willow mansions, it has the mega taiga, and it has, of course, the jungle biome. So it's also got a really good mixture of biomes, which you just don't find this close together on the brand new version. You don't find this like within thousands of blocks of each other, but here we go, having it on the same classic size world, always a wonderful thing to find. And also, just next to it, we've got ourselves the world's smallest savanna biome and the world's weirdest little pool here at the edge. So if you want to farm squid, they can only really spawn in this little pool right here. So you should be able to find a lot of them, plus cutest savanna biome in the world, plus giant jungle to keep you covered. So yeah, with that said, hope you all enjoyed this week's Seed Sunday. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Let me know if you do want to keep on seeing more, you know, PS4, 360, PS3 seeds. And also, if you want to send me seeds, although Facebook is a good way if you want to make sure it's private, Twitter's also a good way. The comments of this video is a good way too. Just make sure that, you know, basically, if you have a really good seed, I'll find it. Because a lot of people say, like, I found a village, one village in a seed Toycat, or like, I found two villages and they're like only 600 blocks apart. But yeah, if you have like a seed that like has something interesting on it, please do show me. And if you want to look for seeds and you want to help out Seed Sunday, one I've been looking for either edition of Minecraft, new or old, is a seed with lots of IF enders in the portal. So if you can find a seed, so to like open up a brand new seed, you know, random world, or type IBX like stronghold cat or something, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Try and look how many IF enders it has in the end portal already. If it has more than 4 in there, please do let me know the seeds at all costs. I would appreciate that very much. So yeah, that said, look how many squid have spawned here to prove my point. 8, 9 of them. You can get yourself a bunch of ink here. But now, with that said, today's video must come to an end. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like if you liked it, share if you really liked it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.